Today on the table I brought you the THC9 and the Springfield XDE. You will see a price split of $162, the XDE being $162 more than the THC9. Both firearms are double single. What that means is you get some options. You can run without a round in the chamber, hammer down, on safety. You can run a round in the chamber, hammer down on safety. You can run a round in the chamber, just hammer down, and then off safety. So you could go straight into action right away if you'd like. And that's kind of cool. I'm actually a personal fan of double singles. I just like them. I like the options it gives you. Usually with the double single, you will hit a better trigger pull on your single action. So it allows you to make a lot more precise shots. And if you don't want it, it's fine. You can just pull it out and shoot right away without having to worry about a safety being on. Or if there's a longer shot you want to take, you can cock the hammer beforehand. The Springfield does have an ambi mag release. It's also got an ambi decocker. Slide release, though, is just on the right-hand side. But this firearm will work just fine for you left-handed weirdos. I mean, if you're all left because you're just not right, this would still be an awesome pick for you. The THC9 is a little bit different. Yes, you do have an ambi mag release, but your decocker is only for a right-handed shooter. So if it's all gloom and doom because you're left, well, you're still kind of screwed on this one. I do not recommend the THC9. Sights. The Springfield sights are far superior. They just look better. They're easier to pick up. The Springfield, there is kind of a ledge on the rear sight, so you could rack it off your body if you have to, but it's really tough. The THC9, it's really ramped, but there is that little 90 right there, so it does still work. Takedown of the firearms, they're both about equal. The Springfield, what you're going to do is you're going to flip this lever up, run your slide forward, slide would come off. The THC9 is just like a Glock. You got the two tabs, one on each side. You just pull them down, and then your slide will come off. Pretty simple. When you purchase the firearms, with the THC9, you do get a very nice case. It's cut out for the firearm. This is actually a pretty quality case. You get a gun lock, a speed loader, an extra magazine, but this magazine's a different size, so you can change the capacity to 17+1 instead of 13+1, and it gives you a full grip. You can still grip it just fine with the smaller mag, but you're pressed for space. You also get an owner's manual. The case is hinged in the back, hinged in the front. It's got a space for a padlock. This case will last the lifetime of the firearm. With the Springfield, you also get two different magazines. So you got your full grip magazine, which is 9+1. Or you can put in a smaller magazine, and it's 8+1. You can still get a full grip on it, but your pinky's kind of half on. But whatever, gives you a little bit more concealability. You get a different base plate for that magazine. Firearms lock. Different front sights. Owner's manuals. I believe you get a sticker too. No, maybe not. Maybe you don't get a sticker. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, I get Tor's not doing a sticker because they have troubles executing stuff, but you think Springfield would have included one. Maybe there's one in there and I'm just not seeing it, but yeah, I don't think you get a sticker with the Springfield. The case is also very nice. It's cut out for the firearm. You actually have a cutout for another magazine. Other cutouts, which I'm not really sure what they're for, it looks like so you can put different size firearms in here. Hinged in the back, hinged in the front, spot for a padlock, high quality. Specs. The THC9 is slightly longer, but not by that much. With the magazines out, the Springfield is slightly taller. With the Springfield, yes, it does have a skinnier slide and a skinnier frame, but when you're talking about real width, from right here to right here, they're basically the exact same thickness. Same with the weight, they're basically the exact same weight. Both do have accessory rails, which is pretty cool because, yeah, you're just fine having another flashlight and doing one of these and doing your clearing if, for whatever reason, you have to use a flashlight. But with these having the accessory rails, if your flashlight you keep on you just so happens to also be able to mount on a firearm, well, you can just slap it on and then get a two-handed grip. Very nice to go. Very nice to go. I don't even think that's a real word. But anyways, trigger brake. The THC9. Brake's okay in single action. I'd like to see something a little bit more. Double action. It's pretty hard to stage up just how it breaks. Here's your reset. Quite a bit of creep after the reset as well. The trigger just sounds gritty. XDE. Single action brake. Brake's pretty good, a lot better than the THC9. Double action. Brake's okay too. It's still not very easy to stage up. Here's the reset. Also has a lot of creep from the reset to where the trigger breaks. The actual build quality, without a doubt, the Springfield kills it. It's far superior to the Taurus. The polish on the feed ramp's much nicer. The actual barrel quality, slide quality, how all the controls work. You have a metal trigger. The grip texture, it's not very aggressive. This would definitely be slippery if you're going to bleed. Magazine quality, far superior to the Taurus. I mean, for the price the Taurus comes in at, this is pretty damn good. It looks pretty good as well. But you know, that $167 has to or $162 has to come from somewhere. So the barrel doesn't really have a finish on it. It's just raw steel. The polish is kind of eh. Plastic trigger. It just, you can tell you're getting a cheaper firearm. There's no replacing that. This is a cheaper firearm. So what would I pick? Honestly, I think Taurus executed the concept, or had a better concept, but I think Springfield executed it better. Like, because of the dimensions of this, I think it would make total sense if the Springfield was a double stack. You know, maybe I'm crazy, but, I mean, why not? It's already the right size to be a double stack. Why not increase the capacity? Also, a lot of people have been complaining about right here on the grip. It's just too narrow, and it hits their hand, and it hurts a little bit. And just holding these, yes, the Taurus does feel a lot better in the hand. And it's got a much wider grip, so it's going to spread that shock off. It's going to spread that shock apart. Ugh. Why can't I talk? It's going to spread the recoil of the firearm over a larger area on your hand, which is going to make it more comfortable to shoot. Now, the Springfield, without a doubt, I believe it's got a far superior trigger, so I will be able to make much more accurate shots with this. The reset, it's pretty short, so I'm going to be able to make accurate shots, and I'm going to be able to make them quickly. The sights are easier to pick up. Without a doubt, I will enjoy the results that the Springfield gives me over the Taurus, but I'm going to enjoy shooting the Taurus a lot more. So for concealed carry, I would probably go with the Springfield just because it's a higher quality, and I mean, obviously a concealed carry gun, you're depending your life on it. So I'm going to want a little bit higher quality. Now this is basically the upper limit of what I'd be able to carry. I mean, it's actually slightly over it. An XDS is about the maximum. I'd prefer a smaller firearm. But the THC9, yeah, you get more capacity. I would definitely enjoy shooting this more because hopefully 100% of the shooting I ever do will be at paper instead of people. This might not be a bad pick. Plus it's cheaper, so if you decide you don't like the firearm, you're able to net more of the money you spent back out of it. Where this really shines is I'm a 45 fan. I mean, that's more of a fashion statement than actual results. But I think 45 is pretty awesome. This I can get in 45. Exact same dimensions. The THC9, to the best of my knowledge, unless there's something out there I just haven't seen yet, I cannot get this in a 45. But you do get a higher capacity with this. So pretending I don't like 45, I mean, you're looking at 13 plus 1 for the same size. Put the small magazine in there. It's actually slightly smaller than the 8 plus 1 on the Springfield. So that is something you're going to want to consider because you're giving up a lot of capacity going to Springfield. The Taurus is basically double. So, if I'm looking for a concealed carry gun, I want a double single. And I want it to be Springfield. Well, let's take the Springfield out of there. I want it to be double single. I want it to be smaller, you know, within these two sides. For me, without a doubt, I would pick the Springfield. Now, if I might carry it, but primarily it's just going to be a range toy, like I have something else I'm pretty much going to carry all the time, I think the Taurus is an excellent pick. Just because of how affordable it is, the higher capacity. It hits the concept, like I said before, the concept when they built this, their initial concept of how they wanted the firearm to be is far superior than the Springfield. Springfield just executed their concept better. But anyway, if you'd like to check out any of my other videos, click on the cards right here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.